Welcome everyone to another Friday class. Thank you so much for joining. How are you today? Give me a little reactions from that button on the bottom of your screen. A thumbs up. Thank you. I'm seeing people react. Awesome. Awesome. It is the 20th. We're halfway through the month, and you have heard a lot about MetaPWR, right? And so we're going to jump right into the topic because we have a special video to watch that is actually about 32 minutes. So if you have to jump off and you have another obligation, totally understand. But we would love for you to stay for the whole presentation and give us your feedback afterwards. Okay. So again, we're reviewing MetaPWR Advantage, which is our collagen product. And this presentation was given at the Doterra convention in September. This is the kind of education that you get when you commit to coming with us in person. You are absolutely going to love the details that Laura Jacobs shares about our new Advantage. I hope that it inspires you to use the product on a daily basis and also share the product, because I believe that everybody can benefit from taking it. So Kimberly, let's go ahead and start the video, okay?
Double Blue Diamond and U.S. founder Laura Jacobs. Something in the way you roll your eyes takes me back to
Thank you, team. So good to be here with you. I am so excited about the conversation we're about to have. I have a very personal relationship with Advantage, and I'm so excited to talk to you about why doTERRA's collagen is so wonderful and how to take advantage, no pun intended, of this amazing product. So let's get into it first, like why Advantage? There's certainly a number of collagen products available to us today in the marketplace. So why the doTERRA specific version? Well, because here at doTERRA, we are solving for something very, very different, and that's to put more years into our lives and to close this gap that we've been talking about between health span and lifespan. Now, this gap has grown so wide for so many people across the planet. You saw the statistics on this morning, where health span and lifespan have sadly become quite different in length. But hey, we don't have to settle for this. Now, I know this might sound a little lofty, like I'm talking, you know, Star Trek, Dr. McCoy, but this is doTERRA, and we have our own doctors, and they have built us our own space-age pathway to slow the signs of aging from the inside out. No need to hitch a ride on the Star Trek Enterprise. We now understand that when we connect our metabolic age to our biological age, because these are the things that really determine and define the length and quality of our health span, then we're onto something. Now, this again is the aim of MetaPWR Advantage. As a member of the MetaPWR system, it's designed to support us in the goal of living younger longer, to take the helm of our epigenetic influence and biology, and to assist us in slowing the signs of aging and affecting our biological age to extend those health years. Now, perhaps you've heard of Dr. David Sinclair. He's one of the most renowned experts out of Harvard on genetics and aging, and he has this really fun belief, and it's this: why not die running? Dr. O spoke to this morning. In other words, let's extend our health span to the point where we literally wake up one day and we're just finished. Now, how about that? Go until you drop and have a quality of life all the way to the end. Is it possible? And the answer is yes, and it's absolutely worth aspiring to. So let's jump in, and I want to unpack for you this incredibly stacked deck of ingredients designed to promote for you optimal absorption and optimal utilization, so you can play in this space of longevity with excellence for you. Now, Advantage is ultimately designed to support you in looking great and feeling great, all the while tackling this complex idea of slowing the signs of aging from the inside out. And here's the deal. All you got to do is take this stuff. That's it. All right? Can you commit to that? Okay. All right. Now, there's many ways for us to look at this ingredient deck, but I've organized and clustered them for you in a way that I hope will add to your comprehension and we're going to go from an inside-out model. So on the inside, we're really looking at cellular function, the entire body system, and its intricate body systems, all combined along with our structural health. On the outside, our skin reveals what's going on the inside. It's not having its own experience, newsflash, right? So when we start on a cellular level, we can create a very powerful downstream effect. So I've created a framework for you to help you gain a better understanding of how these ingredients work together to achieve a desired outcome, the goals we've talked about. Now, we don't have time to go through all these ingredients together, but I want you to see here that the collagen is your anchor product, giving you those protein building blocks and amino acids that you're going to require to go. And I want you to remember this. This is one thing to tattoo to the inside of your forehead. We're going to be building from a cell to skin fashion. Okay, so what's more is you don't just have collagen in this product. Look at this deck. You have something you're hearing a lot about, NMN, and NADH, and resveratrol. These are just 3 of the ingredients designed to complement and improve the utilization of the ingredients in the product. So then, from the outside, we can also address our skin's health and elasticity. All right, now, when you look at the entire recipe of this product, you gain a better understanding and respect for this complex product and how Advantage was formulated to help us create vitality that not only works from the inside out, but check this out, it also shows on the outside. Now, I took Advantage for a while, and I cannot believe the changes that I saw on my skin. It was incredible. And the way that I saw those signs of aging slowing down for me, and I felt that renewal from the inside out. All right, now, here's the deal. This product is so much more than collagen. Please remember that. You cannot compare this to the stuff on the shelf. This complex, this entire complex was built for whole body synergy. And it's important for us to know, you're not just gonna run down to your local store and try to put something together to try to duplicate this. In fact, I tried to do something along those lines and failed miserably. It wasn't possible because I needed something to bridge the gap between when I ran out and today. This is an absolutely unique, proprietary, intricate, complex product. And you're gonna love what you're hearing about it. So put those ears on and those eyes on to keep hearing and seeing more and more as our doctors and scientists continue to unpack this product for you. Because this is something you're going to wanna make part of your long game. All right, now back to this collection design here. What I want you to know, what I want you to take away from this is there is nothing else out there even close to Advantage. Do you realize what you have in your hands? Nothing. It's only available here with us at Doterra. So I want to dive in with you and make sure you walk away today with some understanding during our conversation that give you some talking points. So first of all, let's remind ourselves, what is collagen? Once again, it's the most abundant protein in the human body. There's actually 28 different types that make up all those amazing things that we have, like bones and cartilage, tissues, nails, hair, skin. And here's the deal. Collagen declines, the production of it, as we age. So if you run down to your local big box store and you pick up one of those canisters of collagen, you might see on the label, and you will, collagen peptides. So what does that mean to you? Well, these are actually large proteins, or what I would call raw goods, from which your body can then potentially make the kinds of things we mentioned, hair, skin, nails, etc. However, this kind of collagen is what I would like to call regular old peptides. They are large protein molecules, right? This is a huge chain, and therefore the body has to break it up itself. It has to break it down. It has to digest it. It has to do what's called hydrolyze it into smaller protein pieces that it can work with. Now, this process with your body is an indiscriminate process. That means it's without distinction. It's random. And your body can decide to use these peptides any way it wants to. So what that means is the collagen that you're taking as a supplement can be hijacked, and your body can say, well, on top of my list today is enzymes, or I need fuel, and tough luck on your muscle building goal, or tough luck on your skin goal. It's not with us, it's not aligned. So you can only hope that that collagen you're consuming will turn into the results that you want, but there's absolutely no guarantee. So a superior form of sourcing is tripeptides, and this is what you'll find in Advantage. What this means is this collagen has been so-called pre-digested or hydrolyzed. So what's happened is a very specific enzyme known as protease comes along like a pair of scissors and it clips the molecular structure into smaller pieces, and these are called fragments. Those fragments are the tripeptides, which are these smaller protein structures. So not only does that mean for you better absorption, but this is what it means more importantly. It means you're now going to get specific jobs done, the ones you care about. All right, so just so you're aware and have this in your head, our Doterra collagen product is 70% tripeptides, which is totally unheard of in the marketplace. So what does this mean to you as a consumer? It means that you get, and hear me out on this, 12 times the absorption that you would get with one of those non-hydrolyzed collagens. So one sachet, how many of you have already taken one? Right, you went and got your product, right? You've already taken it. I took one already as well today. So 3 grams, when you're looking at a canister, right, that you bought at whatever store, and you're like, wow, this scoop is 20 grams, and I've got this little tiny 3-gram thing. Am I really getting value here? But hey, we just said 12 times absorption. So that's like a 36-gram serving compared to 20. And remember, raw goods versus specified proteins. This is huge. This is huge. And the other thing that's beautiful about this now is now your collagen is going to stay in the lane of what you hired it to do. Your aging agenda is now also your body's use agenda. You're aligned. Let's now unpack the collagen tripeptides themselves and discover what kind of jobs then you can hire them to do. So here you see on this chart the 9 types of tripeptides that are contained in our product. Now at first glance, this might appear a little bit overwhelming. So I've broken it down for you. First, this grouping are the groupings of collagens that are specific to your skin health, that elasticity, the hydration, and the firmness that you're looking for. The next grouping is for things like along the lines of aging, proper aging, cellular health, and normal brain aging. So a different cluster of tripeptides that again will do these specific jobs for you. And my third grouping is that of structural health. And here you can see there are a number of building blocks available to you to help you maintain the health and wellness of your bone, cartilage, joints, and connective tissue. So it's important then that we come to some conclusions by comparison. All right, now what am I getting with tripeptides versus regular collagen peptides? And so let's take a look at these differences. On the left, we have our proprietarily sourced marine collagen, or what Becca Nixon likes to call our designer fish from Italy. And this is where we get our 9 specific tripeptides, very specific building blocks that are, again, easily absorbed. And Doterra has made a huge emphasis on their formulation to make sure we have an incredible delivery system with a terrifically stacked deck, including powerful ingredients like the NMN. Now, in addition to that, Doterra has gone to the trouble to ensure we don't have emulsifiers. Thank you, Doterra, for caring about the health of our microbiome, which means for you, you need to shake it, okay? Don't be frustrated, you have to stir it or shake it. Embrace that, it's a gift. It's also naturally sweetened with fermented stevia, which changes that aftertaste and takes it away. We're not shipping water in this product. It's super, super shelf stable, and it's super shareable. Now, comparing that, right? Isn't that great? Go Doterra. Now, in comparison to your other regularly sourced collagens, which are oftentimes primarily coming from animal sources, such as pork and most popularly bovine, unfortunately, some of your in fact, one of the most popular brands out there of collagen was found to have glyphosate in it. I don't know about you, but I don't need a daily serving of glyphosate, right? Would you agree? So actually a very toxic then product for your body. And also if you're buying collagens that are liquid, they've been pasteurized. This is why you don't cook your Doterra collagen. No heated beverages with ours. Keep it the way it is. So no pasteurization desired, because then it also tends to include junk sugars or juices. And again, I want you to remember that when you're buying regular collagen peptides, you're just getting those raw goods, which the body gets to decide indiscriminately what it wants to use it for, and you don't get to decide if your projects are getting tackled with the collagen you're consuming. So I challenge you, start reading labels. When I go to the grocery store or the health food store now, I like turn around all these collagen bottles and I'm taking pictures of the prices and how many servings. And I'm like, ours is super, super affordable and a bazillion times more effective. So now moving beyond our tripeptide conversation, in the brief time I have, I want to celebrate another ingredient that Doterra has made a focus for them in this product. Because this is where we go into, again, another stratosphere of ingredients that just, there's nothing comparable out there. So to appreciate the next ingredient, first it's important that you understand what NAD is. You need this stuff. It's what keeps your cells younger longer. It is a master molecule and it declines when you age. And without it, you would literally die in seconds. I know, no big deal, right? Our cells actually need it to make energy and also go actively about the regular everyday process of repairing our DNA. And by the way, our levels of NAD, they say, start to slip in our early 20s. Yeah, right? In fact, do you know they tell us that we actually start aging in the womb? Did you know that? It's incredible. So to summarize, a drop in NAD is the aging process. Let me say that again. A drop in your NAD is the aging process, and this is what contributes to the decline in metabolic health. This is what widens that gap between health span and lifespan. So, well, let's fix the problem, right? So onto the scene then comes NMN, because NMN is something that will help you create greater prevalence and abundance for the NAD in your body. So our brilliant formulators at Doterra brought in this superstar ingredient, NMN. I know you're welcome to say it 5 times really fast, which is nicotinamide mononucleotide. Got that? Okay. I did have to practice that. All right. So you do not make NMN in your body. This is an outsourced ingredient that you bring in to help you manufacture oodles of that NAD. So this is a fabulous precursor to that process. And Doterra, being as brilliant as they are, they went the distance and they added other ingredients such as resveratrol. Resveratrol is like an accelerator. So the NMN to NAD process is ramped up because of the presence of the resveratrol, all the while then helping you to bridge that gap between lifespan and health span. And I'll just pause on my script with my teleprompter. After I got off stage yesterday, after I practiced, Dr. O stopped me and he said, "You should add this to your presentation, Laura." I'm like, "Tell me." Now, I may not have my stats right. It was like a fly-by moment, but he said, "We just got done with a study where we had people taking the Advantage product, and after only 2 weeks of consumption, they saw a 20% increase in NAD levels in the body." Do you have any idea what that means for you? Do you realize the significance of that? 2 weeks? That's incredible, right? All right. So now that we have a better understanding of the proprietary nature of our stacked ingredients in Advantage and some of the synergy between some of those components, I want to teach you how to actually take this stuff. All right? Now, seriously, hear me. This product was so designed to give you every advantage for you to optimize this lifespan, health span cooperation. But before I can really teach you about consumption, I think it's really important that I first share with you how to get a better grasp on metabolic health. We keep throwing that term down, but sometimes we actually don't know what we're talking about. A lot of people just hear metabolic, so they think metabolism, but metabolic health is so beyond metabolism. So I want to make sure here in our Doterra conversations, we really understand how this all plays out. So I've created something for you here, and I went out and grabbed all kinds of areas or aspects of metabolic health, and there's actually even more than this, but this is a really good overview for you, and I want you to consider this. Each of these things you see here on my slide are either measurable, visible, and or detectable. You can measure things like your body mass index, your weight, your cholesterol levels. You can see your skin. You can see your muscle tone. You can see the health of your hair and your nails. And you can detect if you're sleeping well. How good is your cognition? How good is your energy? You can detect your ability to perform with your muscles. How strong are they? How fast do they recover? These are all under the scope, this broad, broad scope of metabolic health. Again, it's far more, I wasn't trying to get you to cheer, I was trying to get my thing to move on so I could see my script. Okay, this is far more than just metabolism, all right? But again, you may look at all this and think, holy cow, Laura, now metabolic health is really, really overwhelming. But what if I could simplify it for you and take it down to a few areas that you could then focus on tackling and put this Advantage product and your other MetaPWR products to work for you? Would you be interested in that? All right, so here we go. This is when we get really Laura Jacobs specific. I love protocols, okay? So I've broken this down into what I call signature programs, and I've created a total of only 7, right? There was 17 icons I just showed you that represented part of the broad scope of metabolic health, and here I'm giving you 7 protocols, okay? So let me jump in with you and see how these can play out based on a framework you're very familiar with. So I'm going to tackle the first one on the list, metabolism and weight management. Anybody interested? I was interested. This has been something I felt like I've really hit the wall on for too many years in my life. So notice I have 5 of those 17 icons represented, okay? So I won't have time today to go through all of my different protocols, but I want to unpack a couple for you. All right, so here we are. I think, where am I? Yeah, keep going with the script. There we go, thank you. Okay, so clearly this program I've built to target, keep going, more specific goals of metabolism and weight management. I've included managing appetite, maintaining healthy blood sugar and healthy lipid levels already in normal range, and then working on metabolism and weight management as well. Simple, right? So very important to note that this particular program, signature program, has at its foundation, and I know you've heard some other speakers on this already, right? At our core, lifelong vitality and gut support with Terrazyme and PB Assist. Because hear me out, if you haven't heard it already today, nothing in the MetaPWR system replaces these products. They are meant to work together. And if you want to get the most benefit out of your MetaPWR products, you will want to partner them necessarily and vitally with these core products. Those are going to help you maximize your benefits. So then, of course, at the second level comes in the MetaPWR system on top of that first level foundation, supporting somebody in those metabolic health goals. Now, here's another example of a different signature program. This one would be for joint health. So this time I just tackled one icon, okay? And right out of the gates, you're gonna see those basic products. Again, on that first level, the core nutrients like we talked about, their advantage sits at the second level. Because remember, I showed you the tripeptides. And how many of them did I show you that target structural health? So how perfect is it that Advantage is part and core and central to this program? So again, we've got these 2 tiers we built out. Now we're gonna move up into what I would call targeted support. And I could have placed this on level 2 of the pyramid, but for artistic purposes, I popped it up there so it was easy to see. So next, you see up in the top level, I've added some complementary products. Actually, first of all, I forgot to mention on the level with the Advantage is the Deep Blue Stick. Like, who wouldn't use that for joint health, right? Super obvious choice. And then for more targeted, smart supplementation internally, I've brought in some of our top 4 players that one would obviously think of for joint health. Our Deep Blue Polyphenol Complex, our turmeric dual capsules, our copaiba, whether in soft gels or the oil or both. And then, of course, what I like to now call grandfather frankincense. The most evergreen product, right, that totally still makes sense here, has never waxed cold in its ability to bring us results. So what if I took this program and I tweaked it slightly and I went here? So now I'm targeting muscle performance and tone, as well as muscle recovery, as well as the energy to do that performance. So notice I've pulled a couple things out because I'm not so focused on joint health here. Now I'm focused on more of a fitness, athletic performance story, or for someone who just simply wants to move and groove better throughout their day. So then why wouldn't I add Mito2 Max for energy, right? How perfect is that to be able to add that source of energy for that performance, okay? And move us again now into a performance story out of the joint story. Okay, so now I've pulled a couple things off the top. I've gone ahead and left the Deep Blue Polyphenol Complex along with the copaiba, because again, what person wanting to move and groove wouldn't benefit from those ingredients? All right, so now let's talk consumption. How much does one, and I hope, by the way, that inspired you. Do you feel like from that example, you could build your own protocols, right? So I gave you those 7 categories, so just get creative. If you're doing sleep, what are you going to target? You're going to bring in some serenity and so on. You get it. All right, so now let's talk consumption. Now, the label suggests you take 1 sachet a day. All right, great. For you 1 a day people, perfect, you're on it. But there might be some of us that want to be super users. So a couple things I want you to think about is your body size, how much ground you have to make up from the number of decades you've lived on the planet, and maybe the laundry list of projects you now have based on what I've shown you for your metabolic health. So here then is a great way for you to determine how to do super using. Is your body mass index higher, or are you simply a person of larger stature? Just match your body size. Next, you might be like myself, been on the planet for a few decades, have some ground to make up, super reason for being a super user. Or perhaps you have a number of projects, again, a laundry list where you'd like to address, and you've got a multiplicity of things you want to tackle. I love the idea of super using. So I thought I would share with you that from mid-July to mid-August, and you've gotten the gist of this from other speakers, there was a group of 30 people who had a 30-day run with all the MetaPWR system products. And so I asked 4 of them if they would share their stories with me, and I interviewed them using my icons for metabolic health, and I asked them to share with me the order in which they saw changes in their personal health taking these products. So what I want you to take away from this slide, most importantly, is everybody's results were different. They varied considerably. Now you can see very early on, everybody in this group was having something going on with their skin. It's important for you to remember or to know that those people all lived in a dry, arid desert climate where there's low humidity. And so it was very, very easy for them to detect a change in skin hydration. May not be true for someone in a humid climate. They may not notice that so easily. Now, you've noticed that one person slept better sooner than another, whereas others noticed changes in their energy early on. In fact, that was pretty high for all 4 people. But again, what you can see here is there are a gamut of possibilities, and how one is going to experience these products is going to vary. So I invite you to embrace, treasure, and learn from your own unique experience. And speaking of unique, I have a confession. I am the 59-year-old woman in column 1, and I have been radically blown away at what these products have done for my health. It's truly been remarkable for me to take advantage of them and to see what's changed with my own health and wellness. All right, as we close up our conversation, and to follow in the footsteps of Becca Nixon, you heard her speak to this morning, and by her invitation through me to you, she wants you to also consider how you can double down on your own efforts and incorporate the concept of the 5 pillars. She's invited us to choose complementary efforts where we can also focus on lifestyle upgrades. So I'm going to encourage you to go big, and I'm going to suggest you choose 3, and you start now. Do you trust me? This will be your game changer. And hear this, what you do with this product usage can radically determine your outcomes. And here's this, your input will determine your output. So take a look where you have the greatest needs in these 5 areas, and I want you to pick your double downs. These were and still are my 3. Now, after being in Doterra for 14 years, do you think I'm a bit of a product user? Yeah, just saying, right? So I already was doing a lot of things right, but I wanted to create very specific results with these products and this program. I wanted them to change my life. So my first double down was intermittent fasting. Now I ran into myself in the first 30 days. I kicked against my own prick. I fought some things, and although I've done intermittent fasting for years, I kind of had a little rebel moment. So it took me a minute, but I want you to know now, I eat in a 5-hour window and I fast 19 hours a day with ease because of these products. And it has been critical to managing and minding my appetite and my weight management goals. Second of all, moving my body is something I've thoroughly enjoyed, and I can't believe the difference with the advantage, especially in how I feel in my muscles and my performance. And it's been so complementary to this double down. I truly do feel younger and stronger. Lastly, sleep. Anyone who knows me knows I belong to the same club as Emily Wright. You can sleep when you die. Why do it now, right? So I don't know, is it just the achiever in me or what? But you know, this has been a huge hurdle for me. I mean, look at my goal. Get 7 hours sleep at least 3 days a week. And I'm here to tell you, in the last 3 weeks, I think I've averaged 5 a night. So this is still one for me to tackle. But here's the deal. What I put in determines what I get out. So when I don't get enough sleep, it has huge impact on my appetite, which has huge impact, well, actually first my energy, right? What happens when you feel low energy? Then you start craving what? And then there goes my weight goals. And so getting that intermittent fasting under control has really helped me there considerably. Now, I thought you might appreciate how I built my own signature program. So I'm gonna proudly say 13 out of 17 icons on my program. So you really truly can tackle metabolic health in a simple, critical way. So of course, I have the core products that you would expect as my baseline. Of course, I'm taking Lifelong Vitality, Terrazyme, and PB Assist. And now I'm targeting my weight management and metabolism goals with the entire MetaPWR system on level 2, complemented by Mito 2 Max, because again, I want to maximize my energy, especially in my fasting windows. And a huge shout out to my Deep Blue Stick, which is my best friend, because as I pushed myself more and more to new levels of athletic performance, it's been one of my really important partners. So seriously, look at the number of icons here. Look at the next level, sleep. I already confessed. You can see why Serenity is there. But I will say, the more the collagen was in my life, and this is a huge makeup zone for me, it took about 2 weeks for me to really start feeling it in the sleep zone, and it lasted, but having been off of it now for 30 days, I feel a tremendous loss there. And so I was finding myself needing less of the Serenity the more I had the Advantage in my life. And so I've loved that, and I love the actor support here. Now, Advantage has been so awesome in my life that it's really helped me with my sleep routine, right? And I'm still working on that. That's still a big deal for me. Now, keep going. Sorry, I went off script. They have to follow me, it's tough. So lastly, in addition to my staple everyday products, I've also doubled down on my skincare. The Yarrow Palm capsules that have been a staple for me for a long time because they support collagen production, so keep them. I make my own serum using the Yarrow Palm. I have done that for a while. It's super fabulous for my skin. But where I've doubled down on my Yarrow Palm products is the body serum, head to toe. Just really wanting to help that skin from the outside in as it changes with the Advantage product, and I've really loved that addition to my personal program. So also at age 59, cognition, kind of a big deal, right? And so DDR and or copayiba frankincense, some play in there, is also really important to me. And also part of my strategy for that performance is the Deep Blue Complex, but it's also part of my sleep strategy. Because if you've ever gone to bed and you have the residuals of your movement from the day talking to you when you're trying to go to sleep, not helpful, right? So that Deep Blue Complex is super important for me to help complement my ability to unwind at the end of the day. So there you have it. I hope that's helpful. I hope that inspires you to build your own program. And here we come to this. My question to you is, how will you measure your longevity? Will you just measure it simply by your chronological age with no thought for quality of life? Or are you clear now that longevity without a health span just sounds like misery? Ironically, just days before I started that focus group, my husband and I went out to dinner and I got a fortune cookie. And this is literally what it said. It said there's a price to waiting. And I can tell you at age 59, that I had started to discover the price for waiting. That although being super health focused, I hadn't been aging focused. And so this particular product system has inspired new hope, has answered prayers, has brought a whole new level of play and health and wellness for me. And I'm experiencing changes in myself. I hope you can see them from the inside out. And I'm so grateful. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Okay, let me go back to gallery view and check out the chat. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. That was a review of her presentation from convention. And here we are 5-6 months later, right? And some of us are still getting to know the product. And let me turn on the video there so I can see everybody. Okay, so I love the fact that we can create our own signature program and target different areas of what we want to work on, since we're all different, right? Did you love the fact that she shared her own personal program? She's 59. She's a health freak, and yet she still benefited from taking advantage in her own way. So that was pretty cool to hear her speak. All right, anybody want to share before we get into the raffle? Somebody share a takeaway. What did you like? Go ahead, Ruby.
Here, I don't know why, but my Zoom is giving me a mustache, so please excuse me.
Okay.
I didn't even know how I did that. I don't have a mustache. That's not one of my issues. Okay, anyway, whatever. I can't take myself seriously right now.
You're so cute. All right, come
Oh,
back.
there it is. I found it. Okay, so there. No, I took a lot away from this because I accidentally took, like, I was like high speed revving the pills because I was taking them the wrong way. So and I castigated my doctor because they take your weight or whatever. I'm like, you're gonna have to fix that scale because there's no way that I lost that much weight. It's wrong. So we just did it like 3 or 4 times. And then I came home and it was right. But I didn't realize that I was speeding down the highway with the pills, and it actually was not letting me sleep. So now that I heard her say that we could actually make adjustments and add things and remove things and double up on some of the things, I'm going to so totally do that. I'm glad she said that.
Awesome. Yes. See, we can, how you say, curtail the program for our own needs or for whatever we want, right? So, and some of us heard this presentation at convention, but there was so much coming at us at convention that we don't really remember everything. So for us to review some of these presentations is very, very beneficial. Customizing our own healthcare is powerful, right? To be able to feel more in control. Absolutely love that. Okay, Sharon, did you have your hand up and then take it down? Nope. Okay.
No, but I did appreciate how it compared the doTERRA collagen with others on the market, because we know that's going to come up. They're going to ask what makes doTERRA so much different. So I'm definitely going to review these notes and the comparison chart, ours versus theirs. And, the reason we shake ours, there's a reason behind all of this and the science behind it. It's really awesome.
Yeah. So if you didn't already notice, Kimberly dropped the link to this video in the chat. You could copy and clip that so you have access to it and you could review it as you so wish. Okay, Viana, you raised your hand.
Yes. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I had to see it again because I was driving earlier, but I wanted to say that it's definitely has to be customized because my sister, I'm the one customizing my sister's process, and she's doing amazing. And I was already putting her on when collagen and MetaPWR wasn't around, and she was doing great. Now with this collagen, she's continuing and she's doing amazing. Where I had to redo mine all over, and I'm still trying to learn me. So I'm different because I don't have a gallbladder, and it's been causing me other issues. So it's just based off your body and trying to figure it out. And I'm still trying to figure it out. So it's really, that's why I came back to, I said, I got to see this one again because I'm still having that fine tuning. So don't other benefits that have happened for me that I'm enjoying. So I just am trying to find that little fine tuning. So I just wanted to share that.
Awesome. Thank you so much. This video has encouraged me today to actually become a super user. I'm currently only on 1 packet of Advantage, but I think I'm going to put myself on 2 for a 30-day trial period and see if I could target some issues that I would really, really like to work on. So we're all learning how to use the product on a daily basis. We're all learning how to explain the product to other people, right? And so reviewing this kind of information is really, really good for all of us. So thank you all for coming again. I know we did go over time. We're going to go ahead and move on to the raffle. Kimberly, who won the Breathe Stick?
Our winner is Nancy Moyer.
Nancy, congratulations. I do believe I have your address, but who invited you again? Or who's
She's with me.
Perfect. Lynn, if you could text that to me, that'd be great because I'm
Sure.
on the road and I might forget. Okay, so awesome. Well, thank you so much, everybody, again for taking the time to be here. We'll see you next week, Friday, same time, same place. We are playing virtual bingo. Okay, and when I open up the Zoom, there will be a link in the chat. What you need to do is copy and paste that either on your phone or on the computer, and then you will get a doTERRA generated bingo card. And I will be posting the invitation to that tomorrow so you can see the prizes that I'm going to be giving away because they're super cool prizes. Okay, so we'll see you guys all next Friday. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.